look, I'm sure there are cases, similar cases, where there was rioting and it wasn't for something political and something serious and something,
look at this.
let's face it, important. Okay,
Huffington
so
Post
but
3
there were the
days
Rodney
ago.
King riots. They were mad because there was no justice when a guy was beaten down on camera for a very long time, and the cops totally got away with it, no problem. There was that. Then there was in Ferguson, like we've been watching. Now, again, let me be clear. I don't condone these things. In fact, I've spoken at great length about how I disagree with militant ideas to get social change because I think you can't combat injustice with your own injustice. That doesn't mean you're right. It means you've stooped down to their level, the level of the people that are wrong. So I'm never in favor of riots. I'm never in favor of violence to achieve your political ends and a political goal. I take the Martin Luther King Jr. approach. So that's the side I'm on. But that doesn't mean you can't grade the substance behind different riots. Yes, in my book, if you're rioting over Michael Brown, that's much better than rioting over pumpkins. Sorry, but if you're rioting over Michael Brown, it makes a lot more sense than rioting over surfing. So there's your breakdown. Now, here's the main point. The media covered these other riots, sure, but they didn't cover them in the same way.
Coming up to Montauk, I told my dear friend Linda that this is like a roller coaster ride. I'm going to try not to scream.
Meanwhile, we're talking politics. We don't like what happened in Charleston.
Yeah, we think that every person should think critically, and we're not going to tell you what to think, but we're going to tell you to look behind the curtain.
We're going to ask you to consider what the news media is not telling.
And one of the things I find interesting is that the Huffington Post came out with this story 3 days before the event actually hit the mainstream.
Well, what I didn't like hearing this morning on the morning news on public radio was that Pastor Thomas Dixon was being interviewed, and the pastor was making the point that this was an isolated incident that is unlikely in Charleston. And
well, the thing, in addition to that, the thing that I didn't like was that I didn't see any blood. They never show you any blood or bodies. They tell you,
right,
what happened.
Being fed information, and the public radio commentator was trying to connect the dots to all the other incidents that have taken place, like the North Charleston incident with the police officers.
Oh, man, get out of the way.
And Pastor Dixon kept saying, no, this is going to galvanize the community. It's not going to make people hate each other or have anger towards one another. It's going to bring this loving community together, and they're going to be prayerful.
Well, may I ask you a question?
Yeah?
Why do you think that the Charleston community didn't react the same way as the Baltimore community and the Ferguson, Missouri community?
Well, I think it's because it's so unlikely here, and maybe it didn't even happen.
Well, I believe what I see. Bonman Bailey said, "Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see." And I think that these things were said in the late 1800s, back before the 19th century, and the 20th century, excuse me. And I think the Wizard of Oz was trying to leave us breadcrumbs as to, we can't go to the wizard, the leaders, the pundits, the representatives for our courage, for our heart, and for our brain.
That's right.
We have to look within ourselves.
That's right. And know how empowered we are from our almighty high.
Yes. I think we're both suggesting not to believe us and not to believe anybody. Do your own research. You know,
ask the good questions.
ask the critical questions. And I just love this ride into Montauk. I'm just going to pan to the left over here to show you some of the beautiful.
That's the right, dear.
Pardon me.
The left is over here.
Okay, I'm going to pan to the right.
Pan to the other left.
Yes. I'm going to pan over here to the right. And this, I mean, the scenery is just incredible. And I really have enjoyed my visit to Montauk. It's been a week. Today's been 7 days. And it's been incredible. I don't really have the words to describe how much I've enjoyed the hospitality of my really wonderful friend Linda and the community itself. It's just been unexpected. Look at the vista. Look at the ocean. This is what I'm privileged.
It's a hazed over day today, but still you can get the feel.
I'm so privileged to be able to capture for my memory and with this camera.
Get some of these bungalows too.
The beauty. Look at the homes.
These are the summer bungalows.
The bungalows. This is the playground of the rich, and I'm not monetarily rich, but I am rich in an opportunity and rich in friends and rich in experiences. I just love this ride. This is the yellow brick road into the city of Montauk. So we're going to wrap this up.
Wait till we get there.
But before we do that, we're going to look over to my right. Look at this. Look at this view. This is one of a kind jewel here.
There's second house. The second house built here.
Where's that?
Straight ahead. Behind that bicycle.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Second house from the Montauk Point. That's the historic house right there, and the tower's behind it.
Wow, it's so beautiful.
So this is Main Street. Main Street, Montauk.
Stop. Hi, Linda. Okay, so thank you very much for your time. Montauk 6 Point. Thank you very much.